My name is Pastuer. I'm a French chemist and bacteriologist. I was born in Dole, France in 1822. My father was a tanner and a sergeant in the Napoleonic Wars. I grew up an Arboy. My family was very well off. As a child, I did not enjoy school at all, but I loved art, and I loved it so much that I went to college for it, and in the year 1840, I received my Bachelor of Arts degree. As an artist, I realized that it wasn't working out for me, so I went back to school and I entered the medical field. And I got my Bachelor of Science degree in 1842 and went on to get my doctorate in 1847. I spent several years researching and teaching others. In 1848, I became a professor of chemistry at the University of Strasbourg. It was there that I met my wife, Marie Laurent. She was the daughter of the university's headmaster. Marie and I got married on May 29, 1849, and together we had 5 children, and of them, only 2 survived their childhood. In 1849, I worked to solve an issue concerning wine. In the sediments of fermenting wine, tartaric acid was found by some of my colleagues. They were using polarized light as a means for studying the crystals. When the light passed through the tartaric acid, the plane of light was rotated. But when I looked at it, I saw two different substances. Tartaric acid was present as well. The other scientists thought the 2 compounds were identical, and they didn't see it at first. But I found that they were very different. They had different structures and shapes and sizes, and because of my discovery, it led to the start of stereochemistry. In 1854, I was appointed professor of chemistry and the dean of the science faculty at the University of Lille. While I was there, I worked to solve the problems of alcohol manufacturing. I worked with the germ theory, which I didn't create, but I pursued and studied more. And by doing that, I was able to demonstrate that there were organisms such as bacteria in the alcohol and the wine and even milk, and that's what was causing it to sour. After working day and night to figure this out, I discovered that by heating the alcohol or the beverage, whatever it may be, and then allowing it to cool, this process killed the bacteria, making it safer to drink. In 1865, I helped save the silk industry. I proved that microbes were attacking the healthy silkworm eggs, and these microbes were causing an unknown disease of the worms. I came to the understanding that if the microbes were gone, then the disease would be eliminated as well. I worked very hard on this, and I came up with a process that is now used around the world. The year 1868 was a terrible year for me. I suffered a brain stroke, and because of the stroke, I am now partially paralyzed. That didn't stop me from continuing my research. Rabies was very prevalent in the 1800s. I became determined to find a way to prevent the disease. On July 6th of 1885, I successfully vaccinated a young boy who was infected with the disease. He had been bitten by a rabid dog. And by the success of my vaccine, I became instantly famous. My fame inspired a fundraising campaign to build the Pastuer Institute in Paris. While the campaign was still running, my paralysis worsened, and I died on September 28th of 1895.